Well, hello there, Leo. Welcome to Pirate Readings. I am Lady J. I will be talking to you about May this week. We're going to do the overview and then we'll go in depth on the first week of May. If you're new here, I want to welcome you. And if you're not new, I want to welcome the one and the all of you, my kings, my queens, my in-betweens. Everybody is welcome here. Let's go ahead and light a candle. Get a little mood lighting going on here. Yeah. This is an amethyst candle. So this is fun. I really like how it smells, and it just really sets the mood. So there's an amethyst somewhere down in the bottom of this candle. I'll be digging that out later. When we get to the bottom of it, I'll add it to the bowl, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about May. We are going to have 5 weeks in May. So that's going to be 5 columns of cards and 3 rows, where you are, what's blocking you, what your solution is. And of course, this is a lot. This is a lot for this month, okay? But we have a few new decks to play with this month, of course. I like to keep things fresh and switch things up. So I have some new cards. We have the Crystal Spirit deck. That's an Oracle deck. All these are going to be listed in the comments, in the description below, so don't be alarmed. You'll be able to find it for yourself. We have the Mystical Wisdom deck, which is very cool. A friend of mine gifted it to me. And we have the Spiritsong Tarot. So super fun. I think you're going to like these cards a lot. They're very beautiful. All the cards and decks have been pre-programmed for you, so we don't have to worry about the shuffling and stuff. All right, let's go ahead and get some cards for the month. So yeah, we have some basic, we're going to pull one of each of these for the message for the month, a theme vibe for you, Leo. Let us see what we're getting at here. Yeah, I've had one right here, this one. All right, so now we're going to set these aside, and we'll grab one of these cards right here. Let's see which we get into for Leo. And there it is, right there. Okay, so we'll set these cards aside, and I think you really like this deck as well. They're just so different from each other. I like it very much. Let's look at these cards together, all right? So we have the Owl, Follow Your Intuition. Oh my, this is a beautiful card. So yes, this beautiful owl is right here talking about how indeed we need to follow our intuition. If you have a gut instinct about something, go ahead and go with it this month. Your gut is going to be on point, all right? So that's very cool. So yay, I like that very much. The group message for all of us is that we need to plan and or get ourselves organized, because those two things are very important this month for sure. I think things are coming up in the summertime that are going to be super intense. So if we don't plan for them, we will be overtaken, okay? Your stone for the month is Watermelon Tourmaline. Wow, this card is so beautiful. I mean, you can feel the energy coming off it, right? So Watermelon Tourmaline is very much a heart stone. Can you tell? I mean, it's got the pink and the green, which are very much the higher heart and the regular heart. The lower heart, I don't know. We have a regular heart and then the higher heart, right? So this speaks to those chakras very much so, with huge amounts of clarity. So I think you're going to have a lot of clarity in what your heart wants. So love that very much. Appreciate that clarity. It's coming to you. And indeed, it's a beautiful card. I love that. So let's go ahead and start laying out the cards for the month. All right. We're going to go ahead and get into this. We'll have the 5 rows I mentioned before. Your personal message, Leo, is from my personal spirit guides, is for you to get busy, okay? I don't know if you've been hanging out or just chilling out a little bit. I mean, there's nothing wrong with taking a break, right? But it's time to get busy again, right? Time to start making moves and doing your thing, okay? So I think that you're not really one to sit around very much, but you might have gotten yourself distracted from what you really needed to stay focused on. And so you're being called by Spirit to step up and get busy on the things that are truly important right now. things that will help you with your personal income or whatever, so that you feel like a sense of security in where you are and what's going on. All right, so that's just the information as it's presented. Let us see what we have coming in through the cards. You can see they're just so different and beautiful. I love this. They're animals, of course, or again, months ago we had an animal deck and I really liked that too, but then I needed to change from that. So here we are now doing this, and let's look at what we have going on. This will be April 28th through May 4th. Let's get in here and see what's happening. All right, the 4 suits in this deck are acorns, feathers, crystals, and shells. So we'll talk about them as they come up, but I think you'll recognize them when they do. All right, we have the 7 of acorns. This appears to have a badger in here. That's what I see anyway. And I'm going to tell you right now, badgers are quite intense. You can see that guy right there? I think that's a badger. The 7 of acorns speaks to the 7 of wands, standing up for your ideas and wanting to push through with what you plan. But on the other hand, you'll be coming up with some resistance. So you'll need to use some convincing arguments when you talk to people this week to help them understand where you're coming from and what you want. All right? We're going to breeze through this, and then we'll come back and do in-depth on this week. So don't be alarmed if it seems like I'm just kind of touching, but not really going in deep. All right? Temperance here is where you're blocked this particular week. Zebra, balance and harmony. We're not having any balance and harmony this week, right? Temperance usually speaks to like the ebb and the flow of things, right? Things coming to us as we remember that the big dumb lie, which is there's always enough. You are having moments this week where you're not feeling the there's always enough situation. You're feeling a situation of lack this particular week. So maybe that's going to heighten your intensity while you're working on getting people on your side. Try not to look too hungry when you're talking to people. They will see desperation in your eyes and it will go wrong. All right? Now we have the 6 of acorns as your solution. You are going to be winning this situation. Interesting, I love it. When you talk to people and give them your convincing argument without looking hungry, you're going to end up winning, all right? This is the 6 of acorns. You taking your ideas and sharing them with the world because they are going to eat up what you're sharing. This doesn't really surprise me, Leo. You are quite charismatic and quite capable of selling whatever you need to sell. So by all means, you are going to be sharing, you're having success and triumph here. That is beautiful, and I love that as much as I love this card. Rad. Very cool for you, Leo. Good job. So let's go ahead and move on through the month. We have May 5th through the 11th, and we're going to talk about the Ace of Feathers, which is the Ace of Swords, shown by the goat. Yes, the goat is right here. Hello. Right? He's cool. I like the little beard on his chin. That's fun. You're going to have some mental clarity coming. You're going to have some ideas that are coming through. You're also going to feel very empowered in this moment. I think that last week, this happening for you is definitely helping you feel your oats in this moment. And when I say that, you know what I mean. You're feeling quite a lot of yourself in this moment. But I love that. I love that you're building something big for yourself, and it's working out really well. People are listening. They're saying, let's go. Sure, let's do it. And you're going to be the leader, all right? So that's good news. You are the one in charge. Handle your power carefully so that you don't abuse yourself or others, because you can abuse yourself as much as you abuse others while you're in charge of something, okay? The next card down where you're blocked this week is the 4 of Shells. The foundation of your heart. The shells are cups. The foundation of your heart is at issue and will be, maybe this isn't helping your relationship situation, maybe this isn't helping some other part of your world that you do in fact really care about very much. So you being in charge of something may pull you away from a new relationship, and then you would be unobtainium during that time, right? We don't want you to be unavailable to your relationship. Maybe you should just sort of implement some good hours, you know, some specific hours. If you can take a long lunch to go be with your love, that would be smart, or even a long dinner and then come back, you know. I know you like to work the all hours, you know. There's something about you that doesn't have a little on-off switched or very critically straight hours. And that is important to remember, is that when your hours are off kilter and not necessarily strict one way or the other, you're not a 9 to 5 kind of person, all right, Leo? You're the person who is going to be a little all over the place, doing whatever needs doing at whatever hour it needs doing. So when that happens, you need to be strict about something. If you want to have, it's one tiny piece of structure in your life. You're not a very structured person, but try and work that out, okay? Because the Four of Shells, the foundation of your heart, even though it's blocked, you want to fix that. You want to fix that situation that is blocked. The Three of Acorns, Three of Wands, remembering your lessons from your past. Uh-huh. You're going to be learning, you're going to remember that the last time you had this situation going on and you didn't do this one little suggestion that I've made for you where it's, hey, you need to sort of get it together here. Prioritize the relationship. It's going to cause you some issues. So remember those lessons so you don't repeat, okay? Now we have the 12th through the 18th. We have the Strength card, reminding you that you are going to need to do something different if you want to get something different out of it, okay? If you want to get something different out of your situation, you're going to have to do something different, and it will feel uncomfortable, and it will feel weird. So, of course, when you're doing it, you're going to have to put on that happy smile and say, you know, I'm happy. In this moment, I'm happy doing what I'm doing. But you know you're going to be feeling that weird feeling in your belly. Step through the weird feeling, because that's courage. And interestingly, courage for you isn't going to be more in your relationship situations than in your work situations. I mean, this, yeah, sure, convincing argument, ta-da, done, winning, okay, perfect. Now, relationships, ooh, this is touchy, this is odd, this is uncomfortable. But I think you're going to be all right. You're going to work it out. The Three of Cups is here, showing that, yeah, there's a happy party, but it's blocked right now. You're not in a position to have a happy party right now, but you're going to have to defend your point of view. And if you're going to put it off till it's convenient for you, but don't forget about it, okay? The elephant never forgets, right? We don't want you to forget about this party that you're owing. You owe a happy celebration to somebody else because they're having a happy celebration moment. And maybe it's somebody you know is having a birthday during the week when you need to do your work, but on that weekend when you're like, guess what? I'm gonna do you up good on the weekend, all right? So let me set this date with you for the weekend and set an alarm on your phone half an hour to an hour ahead of time so you can shower properly, get yourself ready, and then go do your do. But block out that time. Don't let yourself schedule anything during that time when you scheduled this delayed party, okay? The Queen of Acorns, Queen of Wands. A like-minded lady is going to be, or feminine energy person is going to be part of this situation with passion and creativity. Things are going to get good, okay? Things are going to get good. Your solution is this person. If you can delay the party with this person until it's convenient for you, do set the alarm, but don't be a jerk, okay? Okay, Leo? You have to set the alarm, and you have to allocate the time, and you have to have it be set in stone. You have to really, we were talking about that. Making time for this person is going to be important for you if you want to keep them, all right? If you find out that they're not really something you want to keep around, then whatever, you do you. They will disappear. Let's talk about the next week over, the 19th through the 25th. We have the Eight of Feathers, which is the Eight of Swords, all right? The Eight of Swords, courage and solutions. You have to look for your own solutions in this situation. You're going to be feeling a little stuck in a moment. You're like, oh darn, what are we doing? maybe this person will ask you to move in, or maybe this person will ask you for some version of commitment, and your brain is going, oh no, wait, I don't know about this commitment situation. I can barely make space for you in my life. And what you need to do is just sort of say, okay, looking at it from a different point of view, find a new way to show them that you're in it and that you care, but that you're not ready yet for the full Monty sharing of households or whatever that is, because you know you blow that up, kind of, or that you can blow that up. Some of my Leos do it on the regular, some of you not so much. So some of you are much more successful at this than others. Take it as it resonates, all right? But yes, absolutely, you are going to be in a situation where you need to look at it from a different angle to find a solution, all right? Because you can find it, and it's possible, all right? The area where you're blocked is justice, interestingly enough. Trying to get things evened out and fair. You want to have things feel fair for you, especially as you're looking for a new way to show commitment without actually committing. Oh, Leo, you're funny. So yeah, you want it to be fair, but you're feeling blocked from finding a fair answer. All of them come out with either the other person winning and you technically having to give up some sort of freedom to move forward, which is difficult. But I think that if you have a conversation, I mean, that's the challenge, right? Maintaining freedom and being in a relationship. What? Okay, that takes an enormous amount of trust, okay? But being very open in the conversation is going to be critical. You know what I'm saying? Don't lie about what you need. As much as that person needs commitment, you need to be free. So work it out. Make your words out loud and know that it's possible. You know it's possible. I know it's possible. Everyone knows it's possible. There are lots of really interesting relationships out there, and they're not defined by any book we've ever seen, and certainly not anything you've seen in a fairy tale. So blow off all the fairy tales and let's get busy with what's true, all right? Now then, we have the Hanged Man here, right? Oh, hey, of course, this makes perfect sense to me. While you're looking for balance and not finding it very easily, and you're looking for new solutions over here, don't get hung up. This is the praying mantis, and it's all about being hung up on things needing to look like we've seen them in the past, right? It should look like this, or it should look like that, and it doesn't have to look like anything. If you have two grown adults making decisions together, let me tell you a little story, all right? I know a guy who went to, here we go. Yes, I knew a man who went to prison for a very long time and spent a lot of time in solitary, in Folsom Prison, no less. And this person, he got out, and he did really well for himself. He had a house of his own, and he even got married. And his wife lived in a house 2 or 3 doors down the block. They did not live in the same house because his whole person could not do people on a close range situation. You know what I'm saying? So they just worked out what worked. They didn't get upset about it. They made their own reality. And that means that 2 grown adults can make up their own reality. They don't have to have a book, a story, a movie that represents what they did or who they are. It is up to you personally to decide who you are, what you want to bring to the table, and who you want to be in your relationships, all right? And you can do whatever the heck you want to do, all right, Leo? So all you need is a willing partner who will help you define what works best for them as well. Because you're looking for a strong, independent human being who also needs space to do what they need to do. And then you both have to be really, really squared away and not get jelly all the time when things are like, oh, I just need a little extra time, or this is not a good week for me, or whatever that is. It's okay. You don't have to see each other every single day. Or you could, you know, square away a time once a week or once a day where you have lunch together every day, and that's it. That's your special time when you're absolutely squared away. You talk to each other all the time. You could be just texting all the time. staying in contact without having to be all up in each other's business in the moment. And that's totally cool. It's maintaining a version of contact that is whatever you decided it should be, okay? So don't be alarmed or upset by the possibilities that are presenting here, because you have a lot of really cool things happening. Don't get hung up on the idea that it has to fit a pattern that other people accept or appreciate, because you can do whatever you want to, all right? So that's just the 19th through the 25th. All right, let's talk about the 26th through June 1st. We have the Seven of Shells. Haha. We're talking about Seven of Cups. Many options present. So as we've decided to have a conversation about what possibilities will be here, and you're laying them all out. You're laying out all the possibilities, and this conversation has gotten truly real. Now, you're going to be picking a few things that are non-negotiable to you, and then your other partner will pick a few things that are non-negotiable to them. And by all means, you're going to come up with a list or a plan or a concept that is doable to each of you. And it's going to be beautiful and different and lovely, and it will be awesome. So by all means, be you. Don't give up all of who you are for another human being, because I don't think that's what you want to do. I don't think you want to compromise yourself in any way. But it can still be a loving relationship where you just aren't all up on each other's business all the time. And if you need to work at midnight, then being in a separate space to do that is all good, you know? You do you, and then you meet at the daytime when you're both up, all right? It could be that, like, night shift versus day shift, you meet for breakfast, and presto, everyone goes their separate ways. You go to sleep and they go to work, you know? There doesn't have to be a set rule about how it looks. The Chariot here is talking about how movement is blocked right now. So this tells me that you're not going to be moving your job, you're not going to be moving your house, you're not going to be moving anything just yet. Okay, this 7-day period, there will be no major movement. And that's okay. Sometimes it's about having conversations, right? We're going to have conversations. We're going to come up with a plan. We're going to paint our own picture with blank canvas of what a relationship can be, and create whatever we want. That is a beautiful truth, all right? You can do whatever you want to do. You and your partner can make whatever you want to make. The Ten of Shells. Of course, this makes perfect sense. Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups. We are creating, with all the options on the table, we are creating something that is truly happy, beautiful, lovely, family-oriented. Your definition of family will come into play. Whatever that means is up to you guys. You will be deciding together what you all want, okay? I didn't mean for this to be a relationship reading, but here we are. And that's kind of what you're focused on this month, Leo, is creating a new relationship with a new definition of what a relationship can be, and defining what family is to you, so that you decide together what you want with all the options on the table. All right? Very, very cool. I love this very much for you, Leo. I'm going to set these cards aside because that is what I like to do. And then we'll go in depth immediately on this first week of May, which is, of course, April 28th through May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Yeah, I know. I'm a silly girl. I'm also a little nerdy. Welcome. If you don't know me, now you do. So this is a section of the Alleyman's Tarot, which I have already pre-programmed for you. We're going to go ahead and clarify this reading for you. So let's pull up some cards, and we will see what's going on here. Don't be alarmed by anything you see. All right, all the cards are going to face me. Excellent. So let us see. We have the Seven of Acorns, which is Seven of Wands, keeping your, using a convincing argument for moving towards whatever it is you want, and getting something going. I'm very proud of you, Leo. This is very exciting stuff. We have the Hole. All right, the Hole is clarifying this. There isn't going to be a place where you can, well, there will be a place where you can hide things if you need to. You may have somebody in your life that you can have a good, strong conversation with, and it won't go anywhere else. After you've had this conversation, it will disappear off. It's like Snapchat for real life. Um, it just poof disappears. You have a conversation, and then you poof, it disappears. It's not going to stick, okay? Which means that it's private. You're going to have a private conversation with somebody. It's going to help you define what you want to fight for, or how you want to put this together. After the end of the conversation, as it disappears, you're going to have a better understanding of what you might need to give up in order to move forward. All right? There will be something, this is one of the death cards, you may need to release something that no longer suits you. It may be a way of thinking, a relationship, physical stuff, or even a job that doesn't fit for you anymore, and you might want to let it go so that you can move forward. All right? Maybe you're holding on to a storage unit full of stuff. And maybe it doesn't work anymore. Maybe it doesn't, maybe you're changing jobs yourself and you no longer need that stuff. You're like, okay, well, I'm going to let that stuff go. Bye. And you just release it. It's gone. And you'll be freer, and it'll help your finances, and it'll help a lot of things. Temperance here is showing, of course, the balance, the big dumb lie, what you need, what you want. The big dumb lie is that there's never enough, okay? We're born, we're told nothing is enough. We are not enough. What we want is not enough. How hard we work is never enough. All of those things are never enough. There's never enough money, food, water, sex, love, whatever. It's lie. You have to reteach yourself that there's always enough. And so right now you're working through reprogramming your brain to understand that there's always enough, okay? Balance and harmony are available. You just have to give it a chance, right? So when you're reprogramming your brain to know that there's always enough, you hit some roadblocks along the way that make you go, wait a minute, I'm feeling lack. And that's normal. So just sort of work through that and remember the mantra, there's always enough, there's always enough. And there will be. It'll just work out one way or another. It'll work out. You have a like-minded person who currently is standing in your way of getting this program in your head. Maybe they're going to come around and remind you that there's not enough, or they're going to come around and say, oh, but I need more. And you're like, wait a minute, man. Wait a minute, man. And you just put them off for a while, and that will help you with your need to stabilize this situation. Interesting that the hole shows up, and sometimes it's a hole in the bucket, right? The bucket of money that we carry around, and it means that we feel like we have enough money. There's not enough money to take care of all the things I need to take care of, so we're going to lighten the load. We're going to lighten the load and reconfigure our situation. Maybe not stream so many streaming services when we only watch one Netflix or something. You can let the rest of them go. It's going to be great, okay? So don't be alarmed. You're going to figure some things out and start shimmying things around to make room for you to have more space. Now, Giuseppe has shown up in the where you're blocked this week. So you have additional blocks coming up this week for you. Draw 3 cards from anywhere. If they do not bring you happiness, put them back where you found them and draw 3 more. You may repeat this as many times as you like. If any other players are looking or feeling left out, share some with them. So this is a free-for-all card pull, right? And I'm just going to say that where we want to go here, we want 3 cards that will bring you joy. All right, so I'm going to pull 1 from over here, just because I feel like mixing it up a little bit. I'm going to pull 1 from over here, off the rest of the Alleyman's Tarot. And I'm going to pull 1 from the main deck, which is the animal deck here. I've never done this version of this before, but I'm doing it now, so let's see. So we have children. Know that your children are protected. And somehow, this children card is blocking you. So I hope that this means that you have children in your life and you're maybe wanting to stay connected to them in spite of the fact that maybe you're not in that relationship anymore. But you can, in fact, I think, work it out. I think that you can maintain contact when they're old enough you'll be able to make contact again and continue that relationship. It's just currently you need to let yourself be okay with you're not in contact, right? I know it's a little hard though, isn't it? So we have the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is showed up to say that, yeah, in fact, you're doing something here with the children, and it's a karmic lesson for you to stay in contact with children that matter to you, all right? So if these children, you may not have children of your own, but these might be children of other mothers, right? So you're bonded with them at this point from maybe a relationship you had with the mother, right? And you need to maintain some kind of contact with them, and it's a karmic lesson for you to do so. Maybe it speaks to your own contact with your own parents. Do be aware of what you're doing and how you're handling it. You don't want to influence this person unduly, but be a support to them, right? You want to be a support to them without being a hands-off version of support, right? Because the parent will be upset if you put your hands in there too much, okay? But it's a karmic lesson for you. This is going to keep coming back until you handle it. Realize this is all in the blocked department, so you're sort of blocked right now from this karma. I feel like the parent has put their foot down and said, you can't really do this. I don't want you in their lives right now. They're far too influenced by you and what's going on. So pay attention to how that's coming, okay? And the Six of Crystals, okay, the Six of Pentacles, right? So, interestingly, it says here that you have enough money to help out if you want to, but being in the block department, you don't have the money right now to assist them, and they may have reached out to you looking for help financially, and of course, the mother has said, no, you need to let them fall on their face if they need to so that they can grow. And, I mean, that's a whole lesson in and of itself. Although this might be bringing up lessons of your own where you needed help and you got it from somewhere else other than your usual sources. And you're wanting to do the same for someone else. That's very sweet and very kind and very lovely. All of this is going to block you from your personal situation because right now, of course, you're having financial situations of your own and trying to get things back in balance for yourself. And you're like, there's always going to be enough. You're learning your own lessons about abundance and how to keep it in order, while somebody else has said, I really kind of want some help. Can you help? And of course, the parent has said, nope, don't. Someone stepped in to block this situation. Like, you can't do that. It could be this could be your own mate, your own partner in life saying, I'm sorry, we're barely scraping by and you want to help somebody else's kid right now? I just don't think so. So I'm not sure how this whole story is playing out for me in my head, why this is coming up, but I see this as a true story for some of my Leos or something similar, and I want you to just sort of take it in stride, okay? Take it in stride that there will be a time when you can maintain this relationship, and it doesn't have to be monetary, right? It doesn't have to be a monetary situation, but I know this totally pulls on your heartstrings because you know you've done this yourself, and you want to help somebody else. Well done. Awesome, bitchin' perfect. Not yet, but soon, okay? All right, now we have the Six of Acorns. You are indeed in a situation, oh, look at that, Six of Acorns. Six of Wands, taking your ideas and sharing them with the world. You're going to be able to share your world, your ideas and your point of view with another person, and they're going to be like, oh, yeah, okay, I get it. I appreciate that. And you will share the story. You will share the story of your experience and how and why this feels like that. And that's cool. You still may be blocked from doing it at this time, but if you share the story with your personal partner, they will at least understand where you're coming from and why this hits so hard. Okay? So, cool. I like that for you. You'll be closer with your person, as intimate as you can be by sharing your story. All right? We have the Ten of Cups here. This is a fun one, right? This lady is living la vida loca. Am I right? So yeah, as the Ten of Cups, we're listening and seeing the joy and the happiness of family. And this is it. You're experiencing the joy of family. You've expressed your ideas. Your personal people are standing around you and enjoying you and showing you the love. Even though all this is getting a little different, I'm sensing that there might be a gathering of this person and that your person and maybe even the old person all coming together in a weird family gathering. I'm not sure why, but there's like all the parties could come together in one place to have a conversation, and if nothing else, celebrate the fact that you wanted to help, whether it's a good time or not. Okay, because the mom, I don't think the mom wants you to help per se, or the parental guardian on the other side doesn't want you to help because that feels to them like a failure on their side. Uh, the kid wants you to help because they need help, and you want to help because of your past experience, and your person wants you not to help because you are indeed working hard to balance your own finances. So with all these four people and only two of them on either side that want to help and two that don't want to help, there's going to be a happy medium in here somewhere, okay? Whether it's your person will see the story and understand you at a deeper level and come to understand what's going on, and even the parent may come up and go, oh, I see now why you're so invested in doing this, and I appreciate that very much, but we're definitely going to work it out on paper so that you get paid back, because we're not doing this without having paperwork involved. And so I think there's going to be a happy celebration and a coming together of sharing ideas, and it's going to work out just nice, okay? So then there will be a new beginning. Haha, the world shows up to tell me there will be a new beginning in the situation. Fabulous. Well done. I love that very much for you. You're definitely having a good time with it. It's with this level of openness and this very first week of May, I mean, wow, that's a lot of trust and a lot of sharing and a lot of upfront understandings so that every party in this situation has had their voice heard, including yourself, and you're able to bring it all up to the table, put it on the table, and everybody looks at everybody's stuff and goes, okay, well, that's interesting. Where can we find a solution here? And it's beautiful. The why matters, okay? So Leo, when you're trying to do what you want to do, don't forget the why of it all, okay? Stand up for yourself, but at the same time, be ready. Be ready to really step in and step up. This is huge for you. I really like this very much. You're building a new community for yourself, and it all begins right here, all right? This is going to be something that people don't see coming. All right, Leo? So I see a lot of interesting people coming together that may or may not have anything to do with each other, and the lines that crossed in the past won't matter, but they matter. You know what I mean? So it's not a romantic situation for you with this person, but it crosses lines with old romantic partners, and there's trust has to come into the play, okay? So excellent. Well done for you, Leo. That's shockingly amazing. Let me talk to you now briefly about my pocket full of rocks for this month, all right? So that I can introduce to you these rocks right here. Pyrite is going to protect me all month long. We have red garnet, which is going to take care of my blood stuffs, my first chakra blood stuffs, and that's good because if I have any issues with my blood, I'm going to go to the doctors, okay? Carnelian is here. My second chakra, any sexual organ stuff need to be taken care of and or handled, and will be brought back down to calm if I'm getting a little too cray-cray with that stuff, right? And we have citrine, helping me with manifesting financially as well as clearing up emotional baggage that's holding me back from moving forward. So this is lovely and fun and sparkly. Love it. My higher heart is speaking to me through this fabulous stone. I want to call it preonite. And yes, this preonite is all very dreamy and sweet and kind and gentle. So it's my higher heart is weaving me a beautiful image of the life it wants me to have, all right? And that's nice. I like getting the image so I know the goal based on what my higher heart wants. We'll get down to brass tacks and with some other stones, but for now, this is what I've got, all right? And of course, I'm protected with the pyrite all the way around. So that's a wonderful all-around stone that will keep anything negative from coming into my world. Very nice. I'm going to go ahead and put these back in my pocket. But you need rocks for your pocket. Let's go get some. All right, Leo, you're going to stay grounded with hematite. Hematite is a beautiful first chakra stone. Keeps you grounded, keeps you in your body, keeps you paying attention to what's going on in the earth plane. Citrine, also for your third chakra, going to help you stay clear about your emotional baggage and stuff in this situation, like during all of this stuff. But you're going to be sharing it openly. You're not going to be hiding it, okay? So don't put it in the black hole. Some things go in the black hole, but not everything, okay? So you want to let your emotions run free and let people, not the angry ones, okay? We want to keep the communication open as you build this new, interesting path for yourself, all right? And don't worry, you can manifest the financing if you need to. I almost see a situation where your personal person in life could step up and say, I would like to help you help that kid, okay? Once they see and understand who the kid is and what's going on and meet all the players and why the mom can't do it and why this is a karmic lesson for you and why it matters so much to you, they will want to help. But that's why the paperwork is so important, okay? So, and we have this amethyst for your sixth chakra. You're getting new information from your angels and you're receiving it. You are receiving that information from your better angels. I love that for you. It's important that you get your messages. Don't put them off too long, you know. So this is good, and I really appreciate this for you. I'm going to go ahead and put these down right here. These rocks will help you this week, but as always, you don't have to carry these rocks if you don't want to, all right? If you're carrying some other rocks, tell me in the comments. I want to know. Or if you are carrying these rocks and they help you this week, tell me how. I would love to hear more about what's happening for you, all right? And if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so now. I appreciate you all so much. It helps get the algorithm and get my messages out to the universe. And of course, you know, we're going to talk next week about the 5th through the 11th. I hope you'll come back then. Until then, thank you so much, Leo.